Hello,
How you get on
hello.
that side? I mean, seriously, don't have me looking cross-eyed.
Oh, goodness, goodness.
Yeah, because you're
Hello,
looking away
everyone.
from me when you're on that side, and I'm looking away from you when you're on this side. So anyway, hi everybody. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and we're having a wonderful Wednesday, as you can tell, because I'm already giving her an issue. I'm giving her time. Okay, so I want to say, get your phones out, everybody, right this second. Whoever's watching, get your phones out and text people. So while we are going to have Crystal doing her testimony, you guys, I'm going to be texting. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be, that's not being rude. I'm just getting people in so that they can hear her testimony and so that we can all have a great time with our guest today, because you're going to really enjoy her, and hopefully her mom will say hi to us as well. All right. So get your phones out. Get your phones out.
Like, share, subscribe.
Start texting, you guys. Start texting them. Especially our YouTube channel. Go into Natural Health Hub LLC. You'll see our logo, that logo right there. You'll see it, and then just share that. Have people like it, share it, and subscribe to it, of course. And then even the notifications. Just go ahead and y'all know how to do YouTube. I ain't got to play with y'all. Anyway, Crystal, y'all know what to do. I ain't got to say that. Okay. Also, we have a link tree. If you see our link tree at the bottom, do linktree/EE Natural Health Hub. Oh, y'all know how to do that too. linktr.ee/Natural Health Hub. And that would also give you a whole list of what we do, actually. Actually, the link tree is amazing. And I want to say this before Crystal gets on, that she does all this stuff, you guys. She makes me look so good. But Crystal's amazing. She's just amazing. She does all this stuff. She does all the background work. When she's not available, though, I'll do the show. But, she teaches me well. So there you go. All right, Crystal. Hello.
You're making me blush over here. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Yay. You know how much I love you.
All right, I love you.
We start this show by giving everybody your testimonial. We ask everybody to just pay attention to what you're saying, because why is it that we do Wellness Wednesday? We started doing it a little over a year ago.
Yep, it has been. Actually, it's going close to 2 years now doing Wellness Wednesday.
It will be in February. It will be 2 years.
Hello,
and then also just tell us your testimony and why we do to help Wellness Wednesday, and what you do or what we do as a partnership and all that good stuff. So go ahead.
Absolutely. So, I'm Crystal Dominguez. I'm a holistic health coach. And, years ago, I got into this because I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis is an inflammatory bowel disease. It's very similar to, if you've heard of Crohn's disease. A lot of more people have heard of Crohn's or celiac or leaky gut syndrome, things like that. But colitis is one step down from Crohn's, basically. It affects your colon, inflammation, ulcers all over it, and it does so much more to your body. It's basically an autoimmune disease. It affects all sorts of things, your skin, you name it, because it affects your gut, and your gut health affects your mental, your emotional, you name it. So at one point when I was diagnosed when I was 18 years old, and I also had a flare-up when I was 24. Both times I lost over 30 pounds in 1 month. Could not keep the nutrition in, it was just making me sick. And on the second time it happened, I was worse off. So obviously I was a little bit older. I was 24. My daughter was 2 years old at the time. And that time I actually went down to 97 pounds. I didn't have a whole lot to lose. And that was a scary time in my life. The doctors basically said if you were any older, like 50, you probably wouldn't be here right now. Because you're 24 is because you're still alive, most likely. And so it was really scary. They talked about doing chemo. They talked about doing surgery with my colon, wearing a colonoscopy bag, or a colon, like one of those bags for the rest of my life. I'm 24 years old. Yeah, I had a colonoscopy, but it was
no. The bag is called a colonoscopy bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they wanted to do that, and I was like, this is not the answer. And they told me I would be on medications for the rest of my life, and that I could possibly develop cancer after 10 years of diagnosis, and all these things that, at 24 years old sounds pretty scary. And I have a 2-year-old. So, what happened was when I was 18, though, when I was diagnosed, I went and seen a naturopathic doctor, and I got with her, and that's why things got better for about 5 years. And then when the stress kicked in, I had that flare up. But after that, you know, I tried what the doctor prescribed to me. I tried what they said. I did steroids, I did ulcerative colitis medications, and it just seemed to make things worse. I was bleeding internally, all kinds of different things. And I knew that naturopathic doctor, I knew I had to go see her again, because from before, she helped me before. I just didn't take it too seriously, and I went back into bad habits and different things.
Well, who does at 20-something years old or 18? I mean, seriously, don't be so hard on yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I knew I have a kid now, you know, and I am a single mom at the time, and I'm like, I have to do something to get better. I felt like death. I didn't know if I was going to wake up the next morning. I was scared. And I had to quit both my jobs. I had to go live with my mother, who I haven't lived with since I was 18 when I moved out. You know, that's a big change. And so I went and seen my naturopathic doctor, and I said, I have to learn and know everything. I want to know what you know, because you seem to have the answers. I want to know what you know. Please teach me. So I went and I was taught under her. I went to classes. I got certifications, all kinds of things, and my body started to heal. My body stopped having all that pain. My body stopped bleeding, and I wasn't taking medications anymore. And the doctors couldn't understand it. And I will tell you that when I first was in the hospital, they have this test called a C-reactive protein test, CRP. And between like 1 or under is death. But if you have something between 1 and 3, you are at a high risk of stroke, heart attack, high blood pressure, all these things that could happen to you that you shouldn't be having. And my C-reactive protein level was at 12.6, I believe. And so I could have died. I could have died at 24. So we know that. And then when I went back after doing all these herbs, after a year of doing herbs and getting my lifestyle on track and eating the right nutrition, I went back to the doctors. I had another CRP test done. And they're like, why do you want to get that done? They always ask, why do we have to? You don't need that. Okay, well, let me know, because I need to see where I'm at, what I'm doing, because I'm doing something here. And so they got my test results, and it went from a 12.6 to a 3.1 in under a year.
Wow.
And I was just doing herbs, changing my nutrition, my lifestyle, things like that. So I knew I was doing the right thing. So I just kept doing what I was doing. And from that point on, knowing that my body could heal itself from the inside out. And I had multiple things going on. It wasn't just ulcerative colitis. When you get sick, things trickle and it starts to happen more to your body. So I fixed all those things, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that I could help people. I knew I could show people how to start eating right. We just have to go back to the basics and eat the real fast food, which is like fresh, whole food. You know what I mean? So that's why me and Kathy got together.
The original fast food. The original fast food is apples and bananas and, you know.
and green beans and spinach and all these things, right?
Yeah.
So Kathy and I, we've been circling around each other, I guess, for years. Didn't even know it. Long story short, we finally got together, realized we both kind of had a passion for some natural health. And I had this vision of, I need to get out there either on a radio or something, live stream. I don't know what it is. And we need to talk about herbs. We need to talk about health, and we need to get it out to the masses. So Kathy and I were like, let's do it. And we found this. Here we are. And we're sharing that.
Good for you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're sharing that food is medicine. And we can teach you health, nutrition, and just let you know this is only for nutritional and educational purposes only. We do not treat, cure, or diagnose anything. We're not doctors.
That's right.
So we are here to
We are not doctors. We are just here to guide, direct, and lead, and to let you guys know that there's a better way out here. That's all that is. But let's get to our guest today, because I'm excited to hear from her.
All right.
Nikkia. Look at her beautiful self. Scoot over a little bit.
Hello. I'm trying to get in the middle.
All right. So Nikkia and I met when I was in Vegas. And what stayed in Vegas, what happened in Vegas did not stay in Vegas, because I came home with COVID. So it came with me, y'all. And that's why you haven't seen us live as well, because I just had not been feeling well, and I didn't want to talk to nobody, and I didn't want to fake the funk, because that ain't what I do. So I decided to, let's just wait until I feel good. And here, look at this lady right here. So she was telling me what she does, and I'm like, what? I got my phone on, so let me schedule you right now, lady. All right, so I was like, I know. She was like, who is this chick? Already what? You just don't know what we do when we do. Yeah, that was fun. And she's a fun person. I can't wait till you guys hear from her. All right. So the first question is, what is it that you do? And why do you do it?
All right. Well, first of all, you guys, hello. My name is Nikkia, and I am currently in Columbia, South Carolina. I am the owner of Divinity of Beauty Spa Services. We specialize in health, beauty, and wellness. I've been into the health and wellness for a very long time. My initial field was in the dental field. So I've been in the dental field over 24 years. And the last office that I got into was a holistic office. And it really captivated me in regard to some of the things that I was already really an advocate already in regards to working in a pharmacy before, understanding that big pharma's medicine is not for the people, it's for the money. And so knew that from back in my teenage, early 20s. So I never was into taking meds anyway. I would push it out or find something that I could, revert
home
to
remedies.
Exactly. Outside of what Big Pharma had. So when I got into this last office that's semi-holistic, it blew my mind. And I say that in regards to really understanding how much is out here that is natural, that we can utilize at home. And most of the stuff
question for you real quick though.
Sure.
Did you tell me you went from a dentist office to a holistic dentist office?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure to slow that part down because holistic dentist offices, come on now.
You guys, I'm gonna touch on the holistic office really quick.
Okay. Let me ask one question real quick before you go to the holistic person. Is the plaque on our teeth what we can imagine is the plaque going on the inside of our body, like our inside of our?
That is a good analogy. Kathy, love it. Yes. So plaque is just a build up of bacteria, germs, things that we consume during the day. And it's the same thing with our bodies, the inside, our endocrine levels and things like that. A lot of us don't understand that our cannabinoid system is derived from the things that we put in. So if you're putting the nasty, icky things that most of us do, I have to say,
don't tell on yourself.
However,
Crystal's a good girl. She don't do bad stuff, but
look, I'm changing things myself because I had left the sugars, really left everything alone for 10 days. And when I tell you some of the things that was bothering me in my lower back, just with the carpal tunnel, possibly arthritis, it's a different feeling now. So I know that's from the things that I've eliminated out of my diet, the sugars, the sweets, and even the meat.
Yep.
Because personally, a lot of people don't even understand. And you guys, as they professed earlier, I am not a doctor. The things that I'm discussing is just lifelong out of the 48 years of my life that I've endured, that I've studied, that I've researched myself. So let's put that disclaimer out. But I do know in regards to meat, and what a lot of people don't know, a lot of the foodborne, that fat that we get in our belly is because of beef. Beef is the hardest thing to truly digest. So if you're consuming that on a regular, like daily, hamburgers, the steaks, and all that other beef stuff, you're doing your body a disservice. And that's what we really need to start understanding and realizing. And that's the reason why when I came back, the Father brought me back to this field. I've been licensed as a licensed cosmetologist since the 90s. I think 1996.
Oh, wow.
I got out of it then because I was already into the natural stuff then.
Yeah.
However, as we all know, in the 90s, who cared about natural? Nobody. So I allowed that to deter me, and that's how I got into the dental field. However, the Father still kept bringing things back into the health and wellness because it says in the Word, without help, we will perish. Without our help, we are going to perish. So that is what I know I'm ordained to really talk about and bring to the people as a mass is about our health and our wellness. And this avenue has allowed me to do that on so many different aspects and different pipelines that it's just exciting. And just to touch really quick about the holistic office. So the holistic office blew my mind. Okay, Lauren,
I'm gonna be truthful with you. I've never heard of a holistic dentist,
and most people have not. But
I've heard of a biological dentist, though.
I don't know what that means.
See, so there's a difference between the two, and that's the dentist that I'm about to start going to. He's a biological dentist, and you need that. So, but go ahead. That's a whole nother trip, girl. That's a whole nother trip.
That is close to the holistic because it just hit me. When you say biological, that means he does a lot of testing. And see, that's what it's about, depending on with the biological and the holistics, because that's what we did. You mentioned earlier, Crystal, about the PRP. So what PRP is, that's platelet rich.
CRP.
Oh, CRP. Yep. Okay, well, I'm not sure about the CRP, but I know that we do a lot of like PRPs or the PRFs, which is things that you get from your body, your platelets from your body. So that's a lot of things that she does, like when you have your teeth extracted, or if you're removing the silver filling, which is called amalgam. When you're removing that, a lot of people don't know there's a protocol to properly remove the silver filling, which is called amalgam, because there's mercury in it, right? What people don't understand is as long as it's in a solid state, it's safe, just like most things, right? However, when you start messing with things and start to, break them up, now there's gases that are able to be released. That's when the amalgam filling becomes a danger. So when you're at these dentist office or these dental offices and they're removing that silver filling, the amalgam, and if they're not properly protecting you and protecting themselves, just trust and believe you're inhaling mercury.
Yeah.
Just put it out there, okay? Yeah. Because there's a mask that you should have on, dentist, assistant, and the patient. There's a hose that should be connected to an outreach or an outtake where anything that's coming out of the mouth, the fumes, should be released into the hose outside to protect you. The same thing with the charcoal tablets. I'm a big advocate about charcoal because charcoal is really good for us. It's a natural ingredient or natural products. So we give charcoal tablets before certain procedures. Before extractions.
To absorb all the toxins.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
To absorb all of the toxins.
That's right.
We're one of those, and I keep saying we, I was going to go back, but not. We also, make sure that we don't prescribe a lot of big pharma drugs. We're going to do more of, try to do the green tea for, infection or, swelling.
CBD.
Yes, the CBD and things like that. And we also have a chiropractor come in that is touched.
In the dentist office?
Yes, he is touched in regards to doing all natural things.
Yes.
So we've had patients come in that we've seen the allergic reaction that's happened with the amalgam fillings. We'll remove those fillings, their face, their skin, and things have cleared up. So it's real. And we need to discuss more about the natural things for people to really be aware and knowledgeable so we can get back to the basis of what the Father had intended for us from the beginning.
Well, those silver colored
fillings.
They used to use gold back in the day.
Yep.
They used to use gold, which was not having an issue in your body. Then they went to this what we have now. And even if it's not in a solid state, though, it still breaks down because it's in your body and it's 98 degrees. And what if you have a fever and all that stuff? So you guys know that it's still breaking down in your body, which is, I believe, a lot of the reason why we have a lot of brain fog, the reason why we have a lot of Alzheimer's, because we're getting poisoned over time. So it is good to get those things out of your body as soon as you possibly can, which is why I'm so happy that I know about this dentist here. He's the only one in the Midwest, and he is less than 3 seconds from my place that I live. Okay. He is right here. So, Independence, Missouri. He's in Independence, Missouri, and I can't wait in the Cliffs. I think that's what it's called.
No, the reason why I'm asking you is because I think he works along with one of my friends, Dr. Max, who's a chiropractor. So that's why I was asking, because there is like one other person who understands and who really does the proper protocol for the amalgam filling removal. And like I said, it's a whole setup. You got a mask, and some of them that are really into it, they put the whole gear on, the hazmat, outfit, and no, seriously.
I'm always telling people to get their mercury fillings removed, but know that it's a process, and that you have to have the right people to do it, because it makes people sick all the time and they don't even know it.
And see, that's why I don't really push too much for people to get it removed, because in all essence, you're almost safer depending on your body, because everybody's immune system is also different, right? However, if you're getting this stuff removed and you're not getting it removed properly, you're doing yourself an injustice.
It could be more damage than good.
Exactly, because you're inhaling this stuff. There can still be some particles left. Now you've broken up the solid state that does not leak as much as most people think. It doesn't leak as people think. But when you start messing with things, now you're bringing those fumes. Now you're bringing that mercury to be able to be reactivated.
Wow. Well, this doctor's name is Dr. Jack Ferguson. Dr. Jack Ferguson. So I just want you to know the name of the doctor.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure, but it might be him.
Yeah.
There's not that many of them.
Not that many of them at all. And I can't wait. I told his wife to make sure he does not retire before I get there. Because he's only down to 2 days a week. I'm like, wait till I get there and get myself fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that I took us down another path, but you guys, somebody needed to hear what we just said.
Yes.
Somebody needed to hear that their tooth was cracked and that doggone thing was exposed, and now they need to get that whole tooth out.
Yeah, something.
Well, the whole tooth is better than trying to remove just the mercury side. So pull that whole tooth out. And because we're not supposed to have anything dead and decaying in our mouth, and what's the only thing that stays in our mouth that's dead and decaying is our teeth. And that's when we do the root canal.
I just want to mention something. Knowing that the mercury gets released, or heavy metals can get released from the fillings that you've had in the past. Kathy and I have stumbled on something that I just love absolutely. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of zeolite. But zeolite is a natural volcanic mineral. It comes from volcanic matter. It's a mineral, and it literally it is a what do we call it? A negative? Everything that's a positive charge in the body is actually a toxin, a heavy metal, something that's bad for your body, and everything that is a negative charge. So here, let's rewind. I'm getting distracted. Sorry.
She's having an earthquake, y'all. She had an earthquake.
I'm supposed to be as close as y'all, so I'm trying to figure out why.
You're good. You're good. That's funny. So zeolite is a negative charge, and everything that's bad, toxins, heavy metals, is a positive charge. So what zeolite is, it's actually like a chamber, and it is a negative charge, which is like a magnet to the positive things in the body, and it puts all those toxins and heavy metals into that chamber, and it exits the body without you absorbing any of it. So it's a great way when you are breaking up things in the body, or you're trying to detox and get old things out, that you take zeolite so it can capture those toxins and those heavy metals, because heavy metals are like roadblocks in your body. They stop you from absorbing nutrients. They stop you absorbing your B vitamins, you name it. You need to get rid of those heavy metals. So I think it's really important that holistic doctor does it the right way. I think it's really important what Nikkia mentioned here, because mercury is a heavy metal, and we get heavy metals through all kinds of things. Water, when we take a shower, you name it.
Well, and again, you guys, when we do Wellness Wednesday, we do Wellness Wednesday with solutions in mind to everything that we say. There's not a thing out here that we talk to you guys about that we cannot fix. In all honesty, it's up to you whether or not you guys want to do it. So, hi, Erica. Thank you for the happy hump day. So we do have that. We have that as a vendor, you guys. And Zeolite. No, who has heard of Zeolite? A lot of people haven't. But what it does is it attaches itself, like she said, as a magnet, a positive, negative charge, and it pushes its nano size. It takes it straight out of your body, you guys. So even if you do go to the dentist and they don't have the right procedures to remove that stuff, like Nikkia was saying, we still have something that we can send to you or that you can purchase from us that will be able to attach those negative, any negative charge, you guys, not just, any positive charge, not just
bad bacteria,
anything.
viruses.
Yeah, it will get rid of anything that's not supposed to be in there.
We're not saying that it can cure anything, or we can't say that, but I'm saying that viruses and bacteria, they are positive charges, and zeolite is a negative charge for sure. There are other forms of zeolite too. I just want to say that because there are powder forms, there's other liquid forms. We have a nano-sized particle form that gets to cellular level, and the powder and the other forms won't be able to do that. So it's a pretty great product. I do feel a whole difference. I remember when I was feeling like I was a little toxic and feeling a little nauseous, getting headaches or something, and you shouldn't be getting headaches, but that means your liver's a little toxic, you know? So I took the zeolite, and here we go. The nausea is gone, the headaches are gone, and I feel much better because there's some kind of toxins too many. So.
I've been taking something called fulvic acid.
Oh, yes.
Fulvic acid. When I had my, you guys, okay, we're not going to even talk to you about your stuff today, apparently. The fulvic acid, you guys, has zeolite in it. And it was needed for me to get over my COVID because I refused to take the doctor's, antibiotics. She was like, if you don't take this in the first 5 days, you can end up in the hospital with pneumonia. And I'm like, I will take my chances. And so I got home and I make sea moss. So I started boning up on my sea moss. I started doing my elderberry, my vitamin C, my zinc. And I also took my fulvic acid every morning. I put it in water, switched it up, and I drank it every morning. That was the first thing I did. And then I waited for an hour or two before I did anything else. And then, added all the other stuff in. But I want you to know, I think that fulvic acid and all the other things I just told you about made 100% the difference. Now, my COVID fog is still here. So if I look a little crazy, it's because I am. So I'm trying to get there.
Can't be crazy, guys.
That's what
I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I really am doing a lot better. But COVID is no joke. But I wasn't sick. I had the head cold, sick, real bad, throat. My throat hurt a lot. And another thing that I did was we do Typho lotion. And it was so good. I just put it on the outside of my throat. And those 2 days that I could barely swallow, that made a difference. So anything you put in your skin, you guys, go into your body, which is why we were telling you about the water. That's why we were telling you about when you take a when you take a shower and that water penetrates your skin, it goes directly to your bloodstream. And so those are where your heavy metals are coming from. You're getting heavy metals from your shower water if you don't have a treated system in your home. Just FYI to let you know that.
And chlorine.
I'm sorry?
And chlorine.
Oh, chlorine is the biggest
Oh, that.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You have lead. You have mercury. You have aluminum. You have COVID in your water, you guys. They can't get the COVID out of the water now because so many people have COVID. Chemotherapy medicine is in our water, you guys. I'm just going to be real with you. Everything that goes into the sewer is in our water. It's just not solid anymore. It's just not solid. So the chlorine, they dump a lot of chlorine in water to actually kill a lot of the stuff, which is great because we don't want E. coli. We don't want all of the viruses and all of the bacteria that's in the water. So I have to say, for it to be as brown as any river that you look at, and for it to be as clear as it comes out of our faucet, that is a miracle in itself. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that's in our water that we do not need to consume.
And chlorine doesn't get rid of that.
And what?
And chlorine doesn't get rid of that.
A lot of it doesn't. It does not. It does not. All right. I love how we just do these conversations because somebody needed to hear that too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to your business though, Miss Nikkia.
Yes.
Tell us what you do, girl.
All righty. So, I am going, well, one, I also do natural products. Either I make them myself or my mentor at Hairway Beauty Institute, she makes natural products as well. So we carry the sea moss gummies, detox gummies, and just because we couldn't get some pictures, so this is what, this right here is the sea moss gummies.
Okay.
The detox gummies are these right here, nice and purple, little detox, little air from them, and our hemp oil. A lot of different just natural things. But what I really wanted to talk about today is I want to talk about we're going to get down nice and gritty today. A lot of people have issues with their intimate or private areas, whatever verbiage you want to utilize. And that's what I really, really want to touch on, because we don't have to continue to live in an uncomfortable state or an embarrassing state when there are things out here that are non-invasive, that are able to be done in the comfort of your home or in a professional's home, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is vaginal rejuvenation. And I'm really a big advocate, like I said, about natural things and things that, we can do to improve our health, our beauty, and our wellness. And this is one of them. With the vaginal rejuvenation, I thought when I took this class, you guys, and, just to let you know, certified, right? When I took this class, it blew my mind. One, because I don't have issues in regards to, urinary or the urine what's the word? Inconsistency. Yeah, when, you have, right, leakage or things like that, or, just vaginal dryness and things like that. However, I know that it's a norm for a lot of people. So I took the class because I wanted to get educated and really be able to provide something that I know will bring more of a happiness or more of a comfortable state to women. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of women, we don't like to discuss, we can tell the difference from after childbirth. Our vagina is no longer as tight as it used to be. Our vagina no longer, for whatever reason, it could be from medicines, it could be from a hysterectomy or whatever. You may not be as moist or as wet as you used to be, right? And that's a problem, but a problem that we don't talk about. We just live with and silently beat ourselves up on what can we do different.
Okay, so what did you learn? What did you learn?
So what I learned
want to know. I understand all that, but what did you learn?
So what I learned was there is a machine. There is a non-invasive procedure or service that can be provided to a woman in regards to helping with vaginal dryness, the urinary leakage and things like that. And so,
so I have a question then. I always thought that the dryness was hormonal.
And it can be. Okay. But it's not always all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm.
And then the bladder's muscles are weak, and that's why the other
time.
And that's what this does. So this is a vaginal tightening wand, right? This is one that I sell for at home. And this right here, what it does is it helps to tighten the walls. And so when you tighten the walls, what does that help with? That helps to get everything back nice and secure. And you don't have to worry about the leakage. You don't have to worry about the bladder issues, because now with your little wand, and this one right here lasts about 2 years, right? You do it about once a week or so, depending on you. With it closing your walls back up, your bladder no longer is able to truly leak, because now the vaginal walls are closed. Okay, right. They're tighter. And that's what causes the leakage, is your walls not being able to do your Kegel to trap your bladder, right? Because if your muscles are strong and you're able to Kegel really well, you may have to use the restroom right then, but that Kegel is going to keep it right where it's at until you're able to get there, right? And so that's what this allows. And like I said, and also when your vaginal walls are tighter, out.
If you don't leave that phone alone, I'm gonna have to come to South Carolina and knock
Girl,
you out.
look,
Would you not move that phone again?
I got all the stuff everywhere that I want to be able to show everyone. So I'm one of those people, honey. If I was standing up, I'd be on one side to the other. You know how you're supposed to do when you're doing talks. You're not supposed to just be stationary.
Love it. I love it.
That right there, and it's a non-invasive procedure. Like I said, it's about 20 minutes. It measures you. It allows you to know where you are, right? And then after the service is rendered, it allows you to know where you are now.
Okay.
And it's instant results. Like I said, and it's nothing that you have to do repeatedly. And there's also other things that you can do, because I'm always about maintenance, right? So there's always in between the maintenance. So there's also these little all natural honey. Let's see. Okay. And this also helps with keeping your vagina tight. This also helps with giving moisture. If you guys are having issues with dryness, just in general.
Wow.
This all natural honey, I don't even know what, this is my little kitty sweetener right here, is amazing. This right here, right? You do this about 20, 30 minutes before intercourse and be ready.
So I'm curious.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Crystal.
Oh, I was just curious because we used to say that you could do this because it was natural and it didn't do anything, and as long as you were okay with CBD. CBD, natural CBD without peppermint or anything like that, just natural CBD, is a great lubricant too. Do you suggest that off as a lubricant ever?
And to be honest with you, I didn't know about the CBD.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense.
It creates circulation too. It helps with the circulation down there.
I was going to say, because CBD helps with circulation. So.
And let me just tell you this: if you don't mind peppermint, go and put that on down there.
Oh shoot!
I mind
it'll warm it up and cool it down. They have warm up and
it
cool
will
down
warm
stuff all day long.
Up to infection.
It will warm. Well, let me just tell y'all this. I don't know if you've ever seen, especially you, Crystal, you would know this. So, I don't know. I have put our essential oil down there with no, I know, straight from the bottle, and it burned, and then it cooled off. But it felt great because it burned and then it cooled off. So I'm just saying.
Anyways, as an aromatherapist, everyone, we use a carrier oil or a carrier lotion that is unscented, and we apply possibly one drop depending on the oil, and no hot oils such as clove or cinnamon or peppermint or something like that. Lavender's a great one to try because lavender's very gentle, everybody.
Yeah. Don't listen to Kathy, you guys. If you're not trying to be on fire, do not
be on fire. And here, let me tell you this though. Listen to this though, because this is very serious. As if that does happen and you have an essential oil that is burning because you applied it, just know that you can get some olive oil and do not wash with soap and water yet. Or coconut oil, fine. I like to use olive oil because it's a heavy oil and it will capture all the other oils. So you take the oil, you wipe that part off and with the olive oil, and then once that's wiped off pretty good with the olive oil, then you can wash with warm soap and water, and it will help that, because I've had someone close to me get essential oil in their eyeball thinking it was saline solution and not a mixture of essential oils, and poured it in there, and it went through the contacts and everything, and burning eye really bad, and they tried to do water, didn't call me first. And so I told them about the olive oil, and that took care of it. It captured just pour the olive oil right over the eye even. It will capture all the other stuff, and it's not burning anymore.
Good thing to know.
Yeah, I just want to let you know if that ever happens. So there you go, olive oil to save.
All right, let's get to the penile stuff.
Okay.
Yes. So, oh my gosh, you guys.
We have about 11 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to be done really before then. When I first heard about penile enhancement, I'm not going to lie, it kind of set me back. I was like, what? Penile enhancement? What does that even mean? Right? So the instructor who taught the class, she's a pastor. And
pastor now. No, I'm just like,
listen. So she started talking about her congregation and people who come and talk, about their testimonies, or not even their testimonies, the issues that they're having. Can't think, I got a brain freeze right now. However, she said as they're coming to her talking,
erectile dysfunction.
No, that's not what I was thinking about. I know that in regards to, when you go to the priest or you go to someone and you're talking confession.
Oh, confessional.
Right. So when people are telling their confessions, married couples and single, a lot of men that are single, their confession was that they are embarrassed because of the size of their penis. Or the girth, right, of the penis, the width, right? Embarrassed, and they don't talk about it because of the embarrassment. In these marriage counseling sessions that she was having, the issue for the woman was what? Her husband is too small. He doesn't, please her.
Wow.
Now, these are conversations that she's having with her church people or other people that come to her because she's a pastor. And so she understood the need of having penile enhancement to be able to satisfy, a person that is really not going to talk about it. As I started researching myself, I started understanding or realizing that there are 1.3 million men in the world that has a urinary issues in regards to leakage, right?
Wow. I bet you it's way higher than that.
And I think it could be, but I think I just saw it a few weeks ago. It was like 1.3, but it probably is. Now remember, that's statistics. Everybody doesn't fill out statistics.
That's right.
So just think about how many men suffer from having urine inconsistency. That's embarrassing. That has to wear that little pad, or, is embarrassed to continue to tell people, okay, I need to go to the restroom again, right? So it's not just about,
prostate issues and things like that.
Exactly. So this service right here is going to help with your length, if that's your issue. It's going to help with your girth, if you're having an issue with the width, or if you're just having issues because you're having leakage. Nobody wants that on any stand, females or males, right? So these services is what is going to help you with that. So this is the box. Now this right here, this is something that men come, they get it done it's about 3 sessions that is needed. And again, it depends on the individual, right? Everything is going to be solely per individual. Some people may need 1. Some people may need 5. It depends on you. So this is what we use. This is called a deep infiltration little tool. I don't want to really call it a gun because then it freaks people out. However, all this machine does, it expresses deep pressure, right? So if you was to get on your hand and just really press, right? That's all you feel. It's the pressure of that. And it allows a serum to be injected on that first epidermis layer, which is your first layer, right? It does not go deep. It goes right into that epidermis and it applies, and you just go in different areas. And, you massage. And the thing is, this is not anything sexual or anything like that, because this service cannot be performed if you have,
an erection.
An erection. It cannot be performed then. You have to be at your soft state for it to properly work, right? So it has been amazing. I've done it on a few people. I've had nothing but good reviews on both services. And I just want people to understand that if you're suffering through anything that embarrassment, uncomfortable about when it comes to you, there are things out here and people out here that are certified, licensed to be able to get you to a level of comfortability, to get you to a level to remove your embarrassment and to get your self-confidence and yourself back up to par where it needs to be. Because see, when you're having issues like for a female and or a male, your self-confidence is not where it needs to be to truly flourish in life, because you're too concerned about what if someone talks about me? What if I leak when I'm with, someone I'm trying to get to know? There's ways to minimize that. There's ways to bring back your confidence again where you feel good about you. And you guys, I do my services. They are very discreet. You can reach out, DM or whatever. And I'm also for the females, just because, with the males, it's just this one thing. for the females, I'm doing a care package that they can do at home where nobody even has to know that you're experiencing, being too large or, your dryness or whatever it is. So there's always ways to do things very private. I'm a big advocate on privacy, and that's what we believe in at Divinity of Beauty Spa Services.
Awesome.
I love it.
That was so cool. I was like, I'm quiet the whole time, so I'm here learning. I'm like, I've never heard of this before. This is great. So yeah. I will say there are a lot of good herbs and nutrition to go probably right along with this, with what you do. Work in conjunction with it, such as, maca is a good one, MACA. Maca creates circulation. It helps the reproductive system, so when you have better circulation, you have better blood flow. And the blood flow is what helps you get harder, have more length or girth too as well. So just having the nutrition there is important.
And I would love to, I'm going to order from you guys. We're definitely going to talk, because I want to do a care packet for the men.
Right.
And I'm about natural. So if there's like roots, herbs that I can utilize to give them in between sessions, I love it.
There's stuff for prostate. There's all kinds of, we just have to know what kind of nutrition we need, because sometimes we're just lacking the nutrition. For instance, minerals are like spark plugs to a car. If we don't, if we don't have the minerals we need for our body, it's not going to ignite the ignition in our brain or our blood cells or whatever to do what it needs to do. Right. So a lot of times because we have a poor diet, that means we're going to have poor circulation, which also affects your heart health. Just know that if your heart's in good shape and you have good circulation, you probably have good reproductive health as well. And when you have good circulation, that also boosts your libido. And make sure that you're taking care of your thyroid. Good herbs for that as well, because the thyroid is what also helps boost your libido or balance it. And balance.
And definitely. And you guys, just to jump back on the dental, because we're talking about the health, I really, really push this a lot, even with my clients. When it comes to y'all's health, you have to understand, if you have a yuck mouth, that means you have a yuck system. Okay. The medical doctors are finally coming to realization that your mouth is the key point of the things that go on with your diabetes, with your high blood pressure, with just heart disease. Because what happens is, if you have decay, if you have calculus, and calculus is different from plaque. Plaque is the stuff that you can go on your tooth and just wipe off, right? And you can see it. Calculus is what is built below the gum line that you cannot on some people, because some people you can, because it's now moved from below the gum line to the above the gum line. So you can see it. It's the hard stuff, right? That's bacteria. Those are toxins, right? That's why you need to see a dentist to get it removed. That stuff is in your bloodstream. What people don't understand is, when you have an infection or you have any type of bad bacteria in your mouth, where's your mouth located at? In the center of your brain and the center of your heart, right? So your mouth is right here. Your brain's right there. Your heart's right here. Your mouth is in the center. So that means that blood flow goes automatically to your brain and to your heart. So if your mouth is not clean, if your mouth is not in a healthy state, neither is your brain nor your heart. That's why we stress, when you have infection, go and get an antibiotic or something immediately, because that infection goes straight in the bloodstream, which your blood flows to your heart and your brain. You're doing more disjustice, and it's not just in your mouth, it's in your
You'll feel it too. When you have tooth pain, you will feel it. If it feels like it's up in your head, that infection is starting to spread. You have to understand that. And I just want to read this real fast. It says, we need to be in more conversations about this. We have tried for years to educate people. Yay for this. And then
who
another
is this
one says,
Facebook user? Who are you?
It's when someone in our private group, because it doesn't show. Ashwagandha has been a great thing for many females to rejuvenate and help with moisture, especially in menopause. Ashwagandha is a great herb for thyroid, hormones, you name it.
I'm going to put it back up there so they can see how to spell that, ashwagandha.
It's an adaptogen. It helps with stress, you name it. I was also going to say, because Nikkia mentioned a antibiotic, and in herbs we use a natural antibiotic, and a golden seal is one of the most powerful antibiotics there are that is natural. And so we use golden seal. We had a golden seal and parthenium root I'm not going to say who, but one of my clients had a very bad tooth pain that needed to get a tooth pulled because there was a hole all the way down to the gums, and it just kept getting stuff inside, creating more bacteria and pain. And it started to go up in that person's brain. They could feel it because they started to have migraines because of this. And we don't want the infection to spread to the brain because that can be more worse problems than you think. So what we did was we got the golden seal and parthenium root, had them take that several times a day, for a whole week. And within even overnight, the pain started going away just because it started to kill the infection. But we do it for about at least a week or more just to make sure, or just a little, and then we prevent. We do like one serving a day just to help prevention of the, with the infection of the tooth, or we can switch to colloidal silver.
And oil pulling is still very good. Oil pulling is still what needs to happen. So if you guys have organic coconut oil in your home, just switch with that for about 5 to however long you want, but 5 minutes on up. I've done it for a half an hour time. I do when I'm in my shower.
And we do have a gum tonic.
And I'm sorry?
I was going to say, we have a gum tonic too. I was just going to let you know we have a gum tonic with some of that.
The oil pulling though is just, you can just do it. You can do it. I mean, anybody can do oil pulling. So that's what I'm getting at. So just get some organic coconut oil, put it in your mouth, do it when you're showering. It's about however long your shower is. Don't spit it down your pipes.
Yeah.
Spit it in the trash can or in a receptacle and go on with your day. Now, I also put essential oils in that while I'm doing that in my mouth so that I can get some more healing in my mouth.
Tea tree would be a good one, or myrrh. Those two
I actually do my essential shield.
There you go.
I actually do, and peppermint because that makes my mouth better. So, but yeah, I mean, anytime. Me and that peppermint. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, it tastes good. And then I brush my teeth afterwards and I keep it moving. Another thing, you guys, is continue to throw away your toothbrushes and get new toothbrushes. Don't keep holding on to that toothbrush.
At least every 6 months, you guys should be disposing of your toothbrushes.
If you're sick, get rid of it immediately.
And if you cannot, you need to boil it and then you can reuse it. But you guys, if you know that your mouth is yuck, you need to be changing out your toothbrushes every 3 months minimum. However, they tell you in the dental field, because you see the dentist every 6 months for your regular cleanings, change them every 6 months. But I promise you, if you're sick, make sure that you boil your bristles, but you can't always get rid of it.
That's true.
Boil until you're able to get rid. But you want to boil, some of those bristles, be careful because they'll melt. But you want to make sure that you are really boiling those bristles to remove any of that sick bacteria that's in.
What about putting it in peroxide?
Peroxide, I would still do more of. I would probably boil and then drop it in the peroxide. The boiling effect, that heat, is what's really killing, those germs and the bacteria.
Okay.
I would just get a toothbrush. Kathy actually told me about some bamboo toothbrushes because I did not realize, I did probably, but didn't think about it, that how toothbrushes are not biodegradable. And I'm trying to more,
the plastic here. That's plastic.
So here we are. I'm buying bamboo toothbrushes now. And I actually change mine monthly because they're actually pretty cheap. And so I'm changing my toothbrush out every month.
Okay.
Or something around there.
So what Crystal said was bamboo, you guys. Bamboo toothbrushes. I have never seen them in the grocery store. I think they're getting kind of popular though. I think they're coming.
I ordered mine on Amazon.
But
I think I've seen which I was surprised. Don't quote me, but I think I saw in Walmart.
I'm not a Walmarter. I only go when I have to go.
Me
so I'm not for sure. But you guys, it doesn't matter where you get them from. Stop buying the plastic ones and start getting the bamboo ones.
Right.
And then that way, when you throw them away, they're not going to stay in the landfill for millions and millions of years.
Right.
Because that's what we're doing to ourselves.
Let's be eco-friendly, everybody.
Yeah, eco-friendly. And some of them are charcoal, and charcoal's good for you. So, and I use charcoal toothpaste as well. You guys, I haven't used toothpaste with fluoride in a long time because fluoride is also in your water. There's no reason for you to add fluoride to you when it's in your water. And you can't get it out unless you have an actual reverse osmosis machine. Not even if you have a machine that's cleaning out your pipes and everything. The reverse osmosis machine is the only machine that's getting the fluoride out.
And that's the type of water that we
know that. And that's only probably one tap. And that tap is probably at your sink, at your kitchen sink. So just know that it's we can go all day with all this stuff.
Yeah,
You guys.
and fluoride is a neurotoxin. Don't forget that. It's bad for your brain. FYI, it's not a vitamin. Like the doctor tried to tell my daughter when she was 2 coming to the dentist.
Yeah, fluoride, exactly.
I was like, what did you just say? Hold on. You said fluoride's a vitamin? Okay, we're not.
All right, you guys. This is the end of Wellness Wednesday. We love you guys so much. Nikkia, we got to get you back because you got too much knowledge for this day to happen. And we will go through those products again slower, and so that you can tell us exactly what it's doing in the body, because now I'm interested.
Definitely.
I'm interested. So yes, you guys, if you are green inside, you're clean inside, and health as well. So we want to see you next Wednesday. Nikkia, I'm going to reschedule ASAP, so don't go anywhere. Please stay there. You guys, we are done for the day. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.